So that's why Sappers, irrespective of where they've served, or if they're still serving now, if they used to serve, that's why this is regarded as the home of the Corps, and it's a very important place for us. And then because of that, I can't give you the exact year, but in the 1970s, what's now called Sappers Walk used to be a part of Gardner Street, and it was renamed as Sappers Walk just in recognition of the history and the relationship that the Sappers have had with the borough of Gillingham over that time. And then subsequently, if you look to my right, your left, some of the reliefs and the images on the side of the Sappers Walk just recognises some of our prominent figures and some of the stuff that the engineers have done over time. I could offer a bit more about the history of the Sappers and what we do now, and what we do down the road, but we're going to do a shameless plug instead. And if you're interested in any of that stuff, if you go down the road, there's a big building on the right hand side. It's got loads of green armoured vehicles outside. It's called the Royal Engineers Museum. Thank you very much. Absolutely brilliant facility. You go and find out anything that you want to know about the Royal Engineers down there, and if not, you can just go and Google and find out a bit more about us. But just as a sort of a closing point, I just wanted to touch on a bit more of a sort of personal and individual level significance of what Sappers Walk actually means, and it's ultimately about relationships. So for centuries now, we've had Sappers integrating within the local community, and I genuinely feel that the Royal Engineers are accepted and thought of as part of this community, not just a lodger that sits on the periphery. I've been in the army now for about 17 years, and I think I've served at 7 different bases, and I genuinely feel that we are part of this community, and it's brilliant. We, our Sappers, well, let's go back decades really, if not centuries, have been drinking in local pubs, have been keeping the police officers busy. Our boys and girls have been integrating with the local community, they've been setting up relationships, they've had kids in the local area, they've settled down. Not just Gillingham, but Chatham, Rainham, Sittingbourne, loads of people have settled down and established roots here. For me personally, over those 17 years, I think I've been in Chatham for about 6, if not 7. My wife's worked at Medway Maritime Hospital for about 3 years. We're both parts of different clubs, different sports facilities. We use Medway Park, we walk our dogs on Great Lines. Our Fijians and our Nepalese soldiers use so many of the grocers down here to buy the fruit and the veg and the herbs and the spices that you can't get down at Asda. So it's absolutely brilliant. And as a final point, I think I'll just say, by virtue of the position I'm in at the moment, I've been really privileged to sit on a number of different council meetings, committee meetings, community meetings, fundraising events, and people genuinely care. People genuinely care about Medway, genuinely care about Gillingham, and trying to make it as good of a place as possible. And it's brilliant to see, and I'm not saying that that's not the case for other areas, but it's definitely something I've seen by virtue of my job here. So thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much for this being part of the community and just embracing us within the Gillingham community. It's brilliant, and thank you very much. And in the words of Forrest Gump, that's all I have to say about that. And I'll pass you over to Naushabah. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben, and you're very much welcome as part of this community. It's been fabulous to have you here. When we first started talking about setting up a Love Gillingham event and of the future of Gillingham, I'll be honest, I was a councillor back then. It was many years ago, and if I'm honest, it fell on deaf ears. It felt like people just weren't giving Gillingham the attention it needed. And then me, as your Member of Parliament, working together with councillors, many of who are on the stage with me here today, and with the Labour Council, we said things have to change and we've got to do better, and we've got to make sure that Gillingham has the energy and the effort that it needs and is up there on the priority list. And that's why today's event started happening 3 years ago. And we want to make it bigger, we want to make it better, but more importantly, we want to make sure that everyone recognises and realises that Gillingham is really, really important. And as part of that, we've got incredible stakeholders that we work with, and it recognises our rich history, and the Royal Engineers are fundamental to that. When we first decided to do this event, I approached the Royal Engineers and I said, please, can you be a part of this? We want to do a big event for Gillingham, and you are a big part of this community. And they said, absolutely, we'll be there. We'll make sure that we are already a part of this community. We want to have our presence, and we want to be known, and we want to be seen. So can I just have a massive round of applause for everything that they have done? So, our military history in Medway is something that I think sometimes we don't talk about enough, but actually is a fundamental part of who we are and our identity, and it's our job to make sure that everyone who lives here and future generations recognise and remember that. Particularly as we now live in a more uncertain world, we have to remember how incredibly proud we are of our military and what they do for this area as well. So it's a real pleasure to be here on this stage today with the Royal Engineers, with Major Glazebrook and with others to unveil this plaque, because this history goes back centuries, and it's about recognising the importance it's plays in this community, but also what it means for our future as a society. So I will ask all of you, I think it's just around the corner that the plaque will be unveiled, but if you could please just come and have a look at what we have done on Sappers Walk, which, as I say, is a small recognition to the role that the Royal Engineers and the wider military community play in the Medway, in Medway, and particularly in Gillingham. Thank you.
Thank you for those kind words, Naushabah Khan, our proud MP. Also, I just want to say a few words about the mayoral office and how proud I am of all of you here today. One of my pledges when I took over the office was community cohesion, and a lot of people don't understand what community cohesion actually means. It doesn't mean that we all are just separate individuals coming together. We have to make a conceded effort, actual effort, to find what bridges us together, find what connects us together with each other. That's what community cohesion is all about, coming together. The Royal Engineers are an integral part of our community, as you all are here. But Love Gillingham is a campaign, it's a movement, and it's growing every single year. Love is a doing word. It's not just about saying you love Gillingham. It's about demonstrating you love it by showing up to days like this, connecting and engaging with one another. So if you love Gillingham, if you truly love Gillingham and you respect what Gillingham represents, I want you to, on the count of three, I will only do this once. Yeah, on the count of three, I want you to scream, "Love Gillingham." 1, 2, 3.
Love Gillingham!
That's quite good. I think that's a B+.
One more time.
A B+. What we want to do, we want to go for an A+. The police are watching there. Let's break some records here. Demonstrate to me, make me a believer as your mayor that you love Gillingham. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Love Gillingham!
Thank you very much.